What is up, guys? ICP is on fire. Zebec continues rising. This comes out of a request from a Patreon. He wanted to talk about ICP, and here we are. We're going to talk about ICP. Let's see who we got in the house here. What's up, Silver Days? Let's get to it, guys. Shout out to my guy. Let's get him, Indigo Saint. Let's get it, guys. Boom. Let's get it. Indigo Saint in the building. Blackrue Investing. Let's go.
Who's this producer?
Best believe it was Blackrue Investing. With your money, you ain't gotta be guessing. Profits is what we manifesting. So we binge on our Blackrue Investing. Best believe it was Blackrue Investing. Got course in this race, we ain't resting. We got stocks, we got crypto with a blessing. So thank God for that Blackrue Investing. Best believe it was Blackrue Investing.
What's up, guys? We're talking about ICP today. Shout out to the patrons. We've been conversing in the Patreon all day today, of course, on some plays that we're looking at in the Patreon that are doing quite nice right now. Definitely sign up for the Patreon, where we do open mic nights every Saturday. We do our Symbolism Sundays every Sunday, and we have our private chat rooms. So definitely sign up to the Patreon. The link is in the description. And let's see what we got in the house today. WF Capital, what's up, brother? What's up, IBD Cartel? What's up, King Pound? What's up, Mr. Baby Ears? E in the house. So let's get into this without ado here. Let's look at ICP's price at the moment. So you can see here on with the kind of half moon up, one of the waning moons, but the one after the full moon, it sparked right up from like $2.40 something all the way to $4, peeled back here, and is now sitting at $3.27. If we were to look at it on the day chart, looks pretty good on the day chart, actually. Looks like it's about to turn bullish here, like a lot of cryptos are, in which the 50 passes the 200, and that's called a golden cross. It looks like it's about to golden cross here. So it looks really good to continue here. We have a lot of news that's happening that may be good news. Kevin Roche is coming in, the new Fed chair. We might get clarity in 3 days, right? So, hey, we might even get the end of the war. So, all some catalysts, which would be pretty awesome to see, right? We also have possible catalysts of a Bitcoin strategic reserve for the U.S. coming as well. So, a lot of good catalysts that may push the market forward, right? But ICP specifically looks pretty good right now. Looks pretty good. And just to show you here as well, Zebec looking very good today. We go down to the hour chart again, and we close this here. You can see here. Let me get rid of that as well. Okay, it took a little dip here, which is kind of weird, and covered immediately. But here we are at the 0.0036 area. Be nice if we can break through here in the next couple of days, if we can go back to the 0.004 area. But looking pretty good here on the 1 hour. And then on the day, Zebec has actually crossed, so it is officially kind of bullish. Not even a kind of. The 50 has crossed the 200, so it has golden crossed. Okay, so Zebec is officially bullish here, right? So very good looking chart from Zebec here, and hopefully it will continue here. hopefully get some more good news here, and we'll go check out Zebec's news. But let's get into Definity or ICP. And of course, on Symbolism Sunday, we covered the infinity symbol, which is the symbol of ICP. You probably see that if I come back here, you'll see that in my background here, the infinity symbol over here, which is ICP's symbol, right? We covered that in Symbolism Sundays. Pretty good, pretty big there. Pause. the symbolism with the infinity symbol, but let's continue here. We got here ICP partnering with the UN. Okay, oh, here it is. There we go. That was weird. UNDP partners with Definity Foundation to enhance financial inclusion of MSMEs. Okay, MSMEs are micro, small, and medium enterprises globally. Okay, so this is from 2024, July 3rd, 2024. UNDP is pleased to announce a new partnership with the Definity Foundation, which will leverage the internet computer blockchain technology to further develop and implement the Universal Trusted Credentials (UTC) initiative. This collaboration underscores a significant step towards enhancing digital trust and financial inclusion for micro, small, and medium enterprises, MSMEs, globally. This framework, the Universal Trusted Credentials, UTC, launched in collaboration with the Monetary Authority of Singapore. They're huge. They're huge, 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 huge. And other strategic partners, when implemented in several countries, will not only enhance domestic access to financing for MSMEs, but also unlock access to trade financing across participating countries due to enhanced cross-border trust in the data provided. The UTSC solution aims to stimulate the adoption of digital technologies, which will include blockchain-based solutions with the view of ultimately building a vibrant and sustainable financial ecosystem that empowers MSMEs. So we don't have to read the whole thing here, but you can see here them working with the UN. I think that's pretty huge. And the Monetary Authority of Singapore, also huge. Pause. So gotta love that from them. It keeps kind of changing focus here, this website, but very big news from Definity there, and you can see their CEO Dominic there. So very cool there. Also, we have something which may not be too big right now, but let me get this off of here. Oh my goodness. The Definity Foundation and Singularity Net launched an AI initiative, and this is all the way back in November of 2023. Okay. Again, we have to check in and see where singularity.net is. A lot of people were really high on singularity.net because of them doing basically the first robot, right? And I forget what that robot was called, but apparently, you know, they had a partnership with them as well here. And the most recent partnership we have here is with Pakistan, which is really, really interesting because World Liberty Financial got hooked up with Pakistan too. And this is February 10th, 2026. So just that's very interesting to me, very intriguing to me, because like I've shown you guys and told you guys before, that area of the world may already have clarity with this VARA Act, right? So it's very interesting to see internet computer hooking up with them. Pakistan Digital Authority and DFINITY partnered for sovereign cloud infrastructure and AI software systems. And as I've heard internet computer be described, it's kind of described as a decentralized or blockchain AWS. So it's like a decentralized cloud computing, okay? Or blockchain cloud computing is how I've heard it described. Agreement establishes Pakistan's subnet of internet computer platform, supports tamper-proof digital infrastructure, enables local AI native software development, and pilots a national messenger app. Okay. Knowing that World Liberty Financial is over there and that internet computer, you can basically operate with Ethereum and Bitcoin as if it was native, right? It's not even like a bridge. It's as if it was native. That's very, very intriguing to me that internet computer is working over there in Pakistan. Okay. So here, let's continue. Islamabad, Pakistan, in Zurich, Switzerland, the Pakistan Digital Authority PDA and the DFINITY Foundation today signed the MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, to announce sovereign AI native digital infrastructure in Pakistan, ensuring sensitive data remains in country while enabling secure modern software systems built for the AI era. As part of the partnership, DFINITY will support the creation of a dedicated Pakistan subnet on its internet computer platform, a sovereign cloud designed to host tamper-resistant software, national-scale applications, and AI-powered systems that can run independently of foreign cloud infrastructure. So very cool. Cloud just for them, right? And again, a cloud just for them where Bitcoin and Ethereum can run native, right? Interesting. The collaboration also includes plans for a national messenger application enabling private verifiable communications, expanded access to caffeine, an AI platform incubated by DFINITY, 500 licenses of caffeine to create applications, and capacity building initiatives across the government, education, and entrepreneurship. DFINITY will also establish a local presence in Pakistan, reinforcing long-term collaboration and technical engagement in the country. And we have here from Dr. Sonil Munir, chairperson of the Pakistan Digital Authority. This partnership marks an important step in Pakistan's digital evolution. By investing in sovereign cloud infrastructure and modern AI-ready platforms, we are strengthening national resilience, supporting innovation, and creating new opportunities for our public institutions, students, and entrepreneurs. So that sounds really good, right? And then we have Dominic Williams, chief scientist and founder of DFINITY and Caffeine. That's a great name for a messaging app. Caffeine. That's really nice. Pakistan is taking a forward-looking approach to digital infrastructure by establishing a Pakistan subnet and investing in sovereign tamper-proof systems. The country is laying the groundwork for software and AI applications that are secure, verifiable, and built to preserve national priorities. This partnership enables Pakistan to build, own, and operate AI and cloud services on its own terms. Okay, so I'm really curious and I'm going to do some more research into ICP in the days coming. I'm really interested to see here if there's any relation to World Liberty Financial. Okay, and they say some stuff here. We'll just read the last part. With over 500 million invested in research and development, DFINITY's team composed of engineers and researchers formerly from Google, Apple, IBM, and Meta have published more than 1,500 papers and earned 88K plus citations and contributed 190 plus patents across distributed systems, cryptography, and advanced computing. So they have a really nice team. I know one of the things that people were touting about DFINITY before was that, you know, they always have so much coding going on. Like they're one of the major companies that has like lots and lots of coding going on actively, right? So very cool there. And then we have here from the What is ICP. I just wanted to point out where they have the system where, here it is. A major differentiator is the chain fusion, which allows ICP canisters to interact natively with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other chains without bridges. Okay? That's really important because bridges are usually attack vectors that hackers can use to hack a system. So if you're using Bitcoin and Ethereum on there natively, there are no attack vectors as far as what it comes to with bridges, right? So that's a very, very important point because now you can't use that as a vector, an attack vector to get into ICP's system and cause a hack. Okay, just want to really emphasize why that's important while they're emphasizing without bridges. The ecosystem is governed by the on-chain NNS DAO, which manages everything from network economics to subnet deployment, okay? Fundamentally, Internet Computer is an ambitious attempt to build a world computer, right? And some people would say maybe the world computer is quant, right? The way I understand it is that this is more of a cloud solution where quant is more of an OS, okay? So quant's more of an OS, and this is more of a cloud. A decentralized blockchain-based cloud that would form the foundation for a new generation of autonomous internet services. How will its ability to host full stack applications reshape competition with traditional web infrastructure? So really, really interesting there. Now, one of the things that kind of lives rent-free in my head and has lived rent-free in my head for quite a long time is here, this. Now, I will take you back to this when founder of DFINITY and a certain gentleman, you can see who it is there, right? Basically trashed Solana after FTX. Okay, the title of the video is FTX is Poison for Crypto, Must See ICP Interview, and I'm just gonna play it, and I'm not gonna accuse anyone of anything, okay, but I will show you some facts. Okay, so not gonna make any accusations, but I am gonna play this, and you can be the judge here. So let me put on my headphones here. And this interview here is from November 19th, 2022.
He had that money from VCs. He also had access to all of the customer funds on FTX. And so this was just being pumped into bootstrapping these different projects, building on Solana. And remember, it's not building on Solana, it's really building on Amazon Web Services, just keep some tokens on Solana. And then these projects were fed into this kind of pipeline, right, which had been created by Apex VCs. And look, I certainly don't want to call those guys out for wrongdoing.
Okay, so first of all, he said nothing's building on Solana, right? He put up the bunny ears. Let's just go back and play that one more time.
And so he was, he had that money from VCs. He also had, access to all of the customer funds on FTX. And so this was just being, pumped into bootstrapping these different projects, building on Solana. And remember, it's not building on Solana, it's really building on Amazon Web Services and just keep some tokens on Solana. And then these, projects were fed into this kind of pipeline, right, which had been created by Apex VCs. And look, I certainly don't want to call those guys out for wrongdoing. Look, I'll just say, look, there's Andreessen Horowitz, which is a great firm. Sequoia's a great firm. Paradigm's a great firm. But so I don't want.
He doesn't call anyone out for wrongdoing, but then he names by name Andreessen Horowitz and Paradigm. Just stating the facts here.
These guys, I'm absolutely clear, these guys are not responsible for any wrongdoing. They were sucked into this Sam nightmare just in the same way as many others were. And they were, having these dinners and things like that, these ostensibly Web3 dinners where, Solana people be present.
Okay, he cleans it up. He says they were sucked into it. Okay.
They'd be pitching Solana to them subtly, and there'd be Solana people that would follow up afterwards. So once, through that network, into that network, they would feed these startup projects that Sam had kind of bootstrapped by committing, a couple of $1 million funding, say, or even much more in some cases. Some of these projects got huge amounts of funding. Tens of millions or even hundreds of millions. And then they'd get, additional funding from this sort of network of VCs. So that's how it worked, right? And then there became this kind of meme, if you like, this kind of belief in that venture community and much more widely in the among institutional investors that you can't beat Sam Bankman-Fried in this Solana ecosystem, right? There's just so much money here. And the VCs are behind it now. Like this is going to be the new Web3 ecosystem. And the two things that people missed were, number one, it's not so easy just to create a Web3 blockchain. And you can't just copy paste code. Because if you really want to create a blockchain that works like a world computer, which you could build something like Facebook on, for example, or which you could build a messaging service on, which is already running on the internet computer. This is an extremely complex R&D endeavor.
Okay, we'll just pause it there. So, again, I'm not putting internet computer, but in my opinion here, no accusation, in my opinion, it was a big FUD piece for Solana. He's saying, Sam Bankman-Fried kind of, funneled his whole business through Solana. There's nothing really built on Solana. It's basically what I took from that. And certain parts of that may be true, but the fact that, there's nothing built on Solana, that part. Take from it what you will. But here, November 19th, 2022, if we go look at the price chart of Solana at that time. So around that time, Solana was about at $13. Solana, from that point on, went to go to like $250 or more. Right, I can't kind of line it up here. $237, almost $250, right? Or more. Let me see what they say all-time high is. All-time high, $294. So it went up beyond that. So it just lives rent-free in my head, all of this stuff that was said about Solana in 2022 here from Dominic Williams, right? Again, I guess I'm not, well played, however that went down. I just, that it lives rent-free in my head that happened, right? I don't even know how to like reconcile that. Shout out brother 314 Crypto here. I don't even know how to reconcile that Dominic said what he said about Solana, but it seems like to me Solana is a great, it's a good network. Maybe what he said was true at the time, but what Solana is now, maybe it wasn't at that time. But those comments from Dominic went free in my head. And it's like, I'm not so sure. Like, okay, I could just tell them, okay, good game on that one. You did real good on that one here in 2022, Dominic. But it makes me look at things with the side eye. It makes me look at a lot of things with a side eye, and we'll just leave it at there. Take from it what you will, right? Take from it what you will. So, what do you guys think of ICP? It's interesting, their whole cloud, what they're doing with the cloud. And I'm really going to want to dive some more into what they're doing here with Pakistan, right? I'm wondering if there are any World Liberty Financial connections here with them there, right? Very, very interesting there. And to have a partnership with the UN just doesn't partner with anybody, right? And the whole Monetary Authority of Singapore, that's a big organization. They don't just, they don't just work with anybody either, right? So really, really huge things there. So I don't know. I really like what ICP is doing here. And we'll get into them more, and we'll maybe compare them to more projects coming up here. But the big takeaway for me is that it's more of a cloud. It's not really kind of the world computer per se. I would think I would kind of give that title to Quant and the stuff that it does with the overledger, right? I would give that title solely to Quant with all of these integrations that they have here with the overledger on Pipedream and all the different pieces of code or different apps that can go on that computer, if you will. I would give Quant and the overledger the title of OS, the title of world computer. But so far, to me, for internet computer, it's more of a cloud. It's more of a cloud type of thing. So let's get into our comments here. Shout out to you, Silver Days, my man.
My man.
Blackrue. Let's go. Rue. What's up? WF Capital Management shaved a little bit more off of his Zebec bag. He's at 34.6 mil right now. Quite the big bag there. Pause. Quite the big bag there. Oh, what do you mean by big bag there, Blackrue?
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
he's got the big bag in the house here. Shout out to you, WF Capital Management. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Definitely, I've been seeing that you guys have been liking and sharing and subscribing lately, and I definitely appreciate it. We're really getting to 9,500 there. Really on the road to 10K. Really appreciate you guys so much for that. What's up, IBD Cartel? King Pound, Brother Rue, what's good, brother? Silver Days, what's up? Back at it with the alpha. Bring it. Give our guy E. I'm leaving with something.
Yeah. I see a big tray. I'm leaving here with something. You know what I mean? I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
And we'll give E the Rick James in the hair.
What is the 5 fingers say to the face?
What?
Slap!
Gotta love that one right there. Okay, let's see here. Nice, I'm staking my ICP indefinitely. Gotta love that. Looking good, Lewis. What's up, Shawnee Sean 6? What up, Rue? What's going on, Christopher Offit? Hoorah. What's up, Bugatti? Zebec, let's go. $1 soon. What up, Rue? Dave F. Jr., what up, Rue? Let's go, brother man. Ruru, what's up? Daniel Minshaw. Got my sis in the house. What's going on, sis? Hey, Rue Crew, hit that like button. Thank you. You should try Caffeine AI. Really good stuff. Shout out to our brother 314 Crypto. I'll definitely have to give it a whirl, brother, especially when it comes with your recommendation out there, bro. Shout out to him and Zebec Nation. Let's bring up their YouTube and their Twitter page. Shout out to these brothers. We got ZBCN Man Will. We got 314 Crypto. We got ZBCN Samurai. We got brother Throbbing Lantern. We got brother Mr. Foresight. We got brother Zebec Nation. We got Crypto Star Rail. We also got Heavy Hitter. And we also got the Patriot Party. Okay. Shout out to those brothers at Zebec Nation. Definitely go over and give their Twitter a like and subscribe. And definitely go over and give their YouTube a like and subscribe as well. We'll bring up their YouTube right now. Shout out to brothers at Zebec Nation podcast. Definitely go over there and check out the shorts. Definitely go over there and check out the videos. Brother 314 Cryptos shows. Brother Throbbing Lantern shows. And I was on a show with them. It's the third show. You know how I love numbers out here. Nice to be the third show here. Definitely go check that out. It was a banger of a show for sure out here. Shout out to those guys. And shout out to my Coin Vault brethren. We were supposed to have a show today, but didn't happen today. People had stuff. So I'm here with you guys live. Shout out to the Coin Vault. Shout out to Big Rob. Shout out to Maximus Crypto. Definitely go check out our latest episodes here. ZBCN, XLM Utility, and Metallicus. If you got a Jones from Metallicus, most of my Metallicus stuff, we put over here because it tends to do better on the group channel here, so definitely come over here and check out the Coin Vault with me and the crew over here, guys. And yeah, let's continue in our comments. It's hard for me to buy a coin with unlimited supply unless someone convinced me otherwise. I know what you mean, Mark Thompson. But you know what, though? Like Solana has an infinite supply. Quanton has an infinite supply. That's not, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying because it's like, okay, that's the problem we're trying to avoid with the American dollar, right? The American dollar can have infinite inflation because, there's an infinite supply. I get totally what you mean there. But, in the case of talking about coins like Solana, in the case of talking about coins like Canton, I do think they have a great future behind them. And we're exploring ICP here as well. So, yeah, definitely some coins that have infinite supply, I can actually be behind. Solana, you see what they're doing here with all the things they're connecting with Base. You can see what they're doing here with the tokenized stocks and whatnot. So I think, just for me personally, if something has an infinite supply, it doesn't put it on my will not buy list, right? Just for me personally. IBD Cartel, ZBCN, let's go. The phone in my limo is busted. Billy Ray Valentine, Capricorn. Hey, let's give you show enough for that, Shiny Sean.
When I say, who's the master? You say, show enough.
Show enough. Yeah. let's continue here. ZBCN price prediction by the end of the year. Hey, I'm for 5 cents, right? Of course, it depends on how much we're going to want to stair step things, but I think and I believe we're already seeing the Vara effects right now, right? You know, I think they're using ZBCN right now over in the Middle East or the Dubai, Southeast Asia area, right? You know, shout out to Simon Babakani, and definitely come over to the Patreon where we have an exclusive Simon Babakani interview. Let me just go ahead and give you guys a little proof of interview here. I'll pull that up right quick while we're conversing. So Simon gave us I was very honored to have an exclusive interview with Simon, right? He did one with Paul Barron, and he did one with Zach Rector, and he did one with me. Like, that's so cool, man. So let me show you guys here. We're going to bring it up here. And he touched on some things that hasn't been mentioned in either one of those interviews. So just want to show you guys kind of the proof of interview here.
Okay, I think we're in the next round. Okay, sweet.
And this was us here, and this was me with the meta glasses, right?
Get this set up.
And this is just B-roll.
I was gonna say it's Caleb's time right now.
I know Caleb pretty well, so you won't be mad.
So we end up and we go set up the tripod and whatnot, and we get that interview rolling. You can see me there with my customary obsidian beads on and my tiger's eye and whatnot. So you can verify that is me. Those are my hands. So shout out to be there. Yeah, so definitely come over to the Patreon. Less than a cup of coffee there for that. Oops, and I closed that. Didn't mean to do that. Let's go ahead and bring this back up here. So definitely check out the Patreon. Let's see here. Dawn, or what about anything on X about it? I'm sorry, I'm not sure what you're talking about. The video got 141 likes. I'm not sure what you mean there. Are you talking about? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Just let me know here, and we can clear that up. Oh man, come on, Detroit. 90-107, 2 minutes to go. Detroit up 2-1. Well, shout out to Mike Valenti and the Valenti with Rico podcast. For anybody who listens to Detroit Sports Radio, one of the comments he made is that Cleveland has not won on the road. So he didn't really care about these two games because it was Cleveland at home, right? So if Detroit ends up losing this, right, and the series is tied up, then Detroit better win those two games at home, right? So we shall see. But the Knicks are going to get a nice little rest for whoever they play, right? Shout out to our brother Underdog Research Channel here watching Blackrue. Appreciate it, brother. Let me go ahead and share your channel as well. You guys just mosey on over to my channel and like and subscribe, of course. We got this ICP one, but check out the video we did yesterday. Crypto's next big thing, right? And you can see the cryptos we highlight there near Zebec and Dovu. Okay, definitely go check that out. But if you mosey on down here, you'll see Underdog Research Channel right here, as well as Ship Focus Digital, Maximus Crypto, and others. Shout out to the Mooniverse. Shout out to Gentleman of Crypto, NYC Odd App, Simon Family Investors, Benzinga, 101 Media, Crypto Future, other member of the Triple Threat, the Ronin Experience, and the Crypto Crossroads Show. Shout out to them. Definitely come over here and check out URC. And he has today just streamed 4 hours ago. The 14th commandment, rule 22C1 exposed the hidden Wall Street system. I love it. I'm loving these thumbnails, brother. Straight up fire out here. Love them. Shout out to UDC or URC. Thanks for the feedback, Rue. I want to pull the trigger, just hesitant, and end up buying some more XRP or Zebec or Quant. I feel you, Mark Thompson, but no worries on the feedback. I like when people give me other views and views that we can talk about, like and I feel like some people do feel like, okay, I'm not going to test something that has an infinite supply. So yeah, but yeah, I definitely like Zebec and Quant and XRP more than most projects, right? For sure. Phantom Beat, what's up? Hey. Read comment about Morgan Stanley. Okay, was that on the video we were watching here? Which comment about Morgan Stanley? I'm sorry, gotta just give me a little bit more information. Lakers better pick it up. Thanks for all you do, no problem. Read the first comment I made about Morgan Stanley and Zebec. Okay, where did you make that comment? Is it on my latest video? Let me know if it's on my latest video. I'll pull it up. Tailcoin just popped 35%. Whoa. Let's go, Tailcoin. I just put out some information on Tailcoin, so you definitely want to come over and subscribe to my X page. One of the best X pages out there. Of course, also one of the best X pages out there, our brother 314 Crypto. Definitely like and subscribe and follow our brother 314 Crypto. Some great news there. Let's go ahead and let me pull up that news that I sent out today on Tailcoin. So Tailcoin is a digital asset bank in Nebraska that can legally mint its own stable coin. They call it the EUSD. Okay. And they are a blockchain bank. Okay. Government, I'm going to say Pillin, signs the first in-nation digital asset bank charter. Okay. First in-nation digital asset bank charter. Okay, which was granted to Tailcoin. You can see here, they say it here. Issued a charter to Tailcoin Digital Asset Bank to operate a digital asset depository institution in Nebraska. This new charter for a digital asset bank is the first of its kind in the United States, with the first of in its nation approach. Nebraska is leading a new era of digital payments by issuing a charter to the digital asset bank that can mint stable coins. Okay, so Tailcoin's been on one for a while, right? And I know Rob and I think it was Ghost have been kind of like talking about the maybe a hypothetical partnership between Tailcoin and Zebec, which I think would be awesome. Like I told you before, Tailcoin has that that EUSD, which is regulated stablecoin, right? That would be another regulated stablecoin to go under Zebec's belt, right? So it would be quite amazing if these two could actually partner. Intelcoin's like available everywhere. They have licenses everywhere. If you go look at them, they have offices everywhere. Malaysia, Tokyo, like you name it. They're also authorized by the Monetary Authority of Singapore, right? Which we just got to talking about them with Definity, right? And Internet Computer. First bank issued US dollar stablecoin is on Ethereum and Polygon. And we're bringing EUSD to more chains soon. So this would be awesome. EUSD is now live on Base and Solana. So it would be very, very awesome to have this on Zebec, right? So really cool that we brought this up, that you brought that up. Stevie, ZBCN, appreciate you, brother. So we could talk about it a little bit. But yeah, this would be awesome if and I used to cover Telcoin many moons ago. If you check it to a lot of my past videos where I was like 250 pounds as opposed to the 191 pounds that I am right now when I was like a good 60 pounds heavier. Yeah, if you check into some of those past videos, you can see some of my Telcoin videos. I've been testing Coin Depot and I am making a 12.5% on a few XRP. So far, I'm liking. Link below to get some rewards if you want to check it out. Okay, Coin Depot. Okay, where you can get 12.5 on XRP. That's interesting. That's interesting. Let me take a picture of that. Definitely want to be careful sometimes with these where they give you a high interest rate. You know, you want to make sure it's sustainable. You know, you definitely don't want to lose your coins or anything like that. But if you're having success with it, it's definitely something I can look into here. Oh, thank you, Don, for just pasting that comment in for me. I appreciate that. Morgan Stanley opens USA crypto on trading on Zebec by YouTuber Crypto Hawk. I'm not a member, so I couldn't watch it. It got 131 likes. So seems like it would be huge if true. Morgan Stanley opens USA crypto on trading on Zebec. Okay, let's try to look into that. See if we can find it. Let's see. Let me see here. We'll do it live. Do it live. Let's see. Morgan Stanley. US crypto trading. Wow. So there. As you can see, I'm a brilliant typer. I'm really good at these keys here. Shots fired. Morgan Stanley is rolling out crypto trading on its E-Trade platform, undercutting Charles Schwab's 75 BPS. Okay. Who undercut Coinbase? If I know Schwab, they won't let this stand. Others probably undercut it too. Okay. Interesting. Okay, got it. So it seems like they're offering cheaper trading than what you can do on Coinbase. Interesting. But I don't think this has anything to do with Zebec though. But this is definitely something to note. Interesting. JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, and BlackRock are hiring for dozens of crypto jobs. That's also interesting. Okay, there we go. Morgan Stanley debuts crypto trading, undercuts rivals on price. Okay. So interesting. But our rivals going to go all the way to like, it's so easy to go on Coinbase's app, right? Like, how easy is it to use Morgan Stanley's app? Is their user interface as cool as Coinbase's? Because one thing I would say, I have a stock account on Charles Schwab, and they're, with all due respect, Charles Schwab, your interface is garbage, right? Um, I loved, who is it? Not E-Trade. Oh my God. They switched me from Charles Schwab from someone else to Charles Schwab. Not E-Trade. What was it called? Dang it, I'm not gonna be able to remember it. Let me see here. TD Ameritrade, right? I think that was it. I think that was it. Like TD Ameritrade. Am I remembering this right? Let me see here. TD. I think it was like TD Ameritrade, right? Yeah, TD Ameritrade. Their their interface was so sweet. Their interface was the best, right? The Charles Schwab interface for their stocks is hot garbage. Hot garbage. Respectfully. I don't even know why when they bought them, they didn't just bring over their interface. I know they kind of brought over their other interface. I forget what they call it. They have this like app you can use to trade stocks. I forget what it was called. I can't remember. But you know, even though they offer lower fees, the thing to me would be how's the usability on the user interface? Because if it sucks balls, people are just going to stick to what they know with Coinbase, in my opinion. And I'm a GUI programmer, so I like user interfaces, and I know like the simplicity of like user interfaces. User interfaces make things so much better. You know, somebody, even if they go in there like, oh great, lower fees, and they figure out, okay, the user interface sucks, they're gonna go right back. They're gonna go right back to Coinbase. Glad I picked up a milli when it was 0.002. Yes, indeed. Nice play there, Stevie, on Telcoin. Let me give you something here. Yeah, that's a coming to America moment. Let's give you the Louis Anderson.
Soon I'll be on fries, then the grill. A year or two, I make assistant manager. And that's where the big bucks start rolling in.
That's where the big bucks start rolling in, bro. Let's continue. It's true. Zebec is going to be absolutely huge. Coinbase interface is good. It's not when it's not having a Amazon Web Service outage yet, which just happens to be when the market is pumping. Yes, TD. That's right, TD. And TD, they had this this platform that was really easy, right, to trade stocks. It was a good platform. I forget what the name of it was called, but I really like that platform. They really engineered it for user interface, the ease of use for a stock trader. Now it's gonna bug me that I can't remember the name of the platform. Oh well, I'm not gonna be able to easy find it either, but I really love that platform, and I was so upset when I had to move over to Charles Schwab, and that user interface was garbage. Sorry, the title says it's built on Zebec. Which title here? I don't know why it would be built on Zebec though, because Zebec, that's not what they do. Let me see. I mean, they do instant payment, but I don't know that. Let's see what you said. It was Crypto Hawk. Crypto Hawk. I don't know why he would think that was built on Zebec. Let me see here. Is it Crypto Hawk with that title? Because I don't see it on his page. Okay, yes, he says that. He does say that. Okay. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know why he would say that. I don't know why he would say that at all. Now, let me correct that. Like, he could be half right. He could be half right. There is a company that works with Zebec called Zero Hash. Now, Morgan Stanley does work with Zero Hash. Okay, so Morgan Stanley's crypto trading is built on Zero Hash, and Zero Hash does work with Zebec. So he's right there, but it's not built on Zebec. It's built with Zero Hash. Now we can go ahead and clear that up, and clear that up with facts here. And no disrespect to Crypto Hawk, but he's just wrong. And here's the title here, and it's wrong. It's wrong. I'll clear that up for you though right now. We'll do that. So we'll keep up the wrong title, and this is no disrespect. I'm not trying to disrespect the man. I'm just gonna clear it up, right? So he's right to connect Morgan Stanley and Zebec, but they're connected through Zero Hash. But we'll clear it up right here really quickly. Morgan Stanley, Zero Hash. Here it is. So Morgan Stanley pushes crypto to retail. Morgan Stanley is making crypto a core wealth business. Spot, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana trading is launching on E-Trade via Zero Hash. Okay. We've covered this when it first kind of came out that Zero Hash was partnering with Zebec, and we also covered that Zero Hash was partnered with Morgan Stanley. If you go back into maybe some of my bookmarks, I can show you that, but I just showed you that there. But Coin Bureau or whoever we were just seeing that from is right. This is right. Morgan Stanley is doing this through Zero Hash, right? But Zero Hash also has a partnership with Zebec. Okay, So let's go show that. Again, I'm not no disrespect to Crypto Hawk. We're just clearing it up here. So they're invited to Zero Hash event, and of course, they also have here that they were partnered with Zero Hash. They had a thing here, 2024. They also spoke with Zero Hash again later on. I don't know why it's not showing that, but maybe I need to put it together. There we go. So here it is. Zebec integrates with Zero Hash to power compliant crypto payroll in the US and beyond. When you connect fiat systems to blockchain systems, it's a hyper-regulated. Okay, Zero Hash has mastered the game. So we'll play this right quick. Okay, and see, also when it first came out, we kind of connected this, and shout out to Max. We did multiple kind of collaborations with this, right? So I definitely want to mention my brother with this because we did talk about it together. In which this is how we were connecting Ripple to Zebec, right? And if I go show you this mind map that I've had on my page forever here, I'll bring it up here for you to show that we've been connected Zero Hash to Zebec here on this channel for a long time here. If you look at this mind map, which I posted April 23rd, 2025 here, you'll see Zebec. And if you go to, you see Zero Hash right here, right? So Zero Hash actually is a Bain Capital Crypto. They're from Bain Capital Crypto. They're related to them. And that actually happens to be where Simon Babakani used to work in mergers and acquisitions for Bain Capital Crypto. So Zebec is very much connected to Zero Hash, right? But Crypto Hawk's a little bit wrong there. It's through Zero Hash, not Zebec. Yep, that's right, Ruel. They used to be Scott Strait too. Hot garbage, respectfully. Yes, it is. It is like the Charles Schwab interface is hot garbage. They really should improve it. New Jersey in the house. What's up, Les Square? Patreon member in the house. King Pound news looking good for Clarity, but the big wigs will cause a flash clash before Clarity is signed. Ooh, that's interesting, King Pound, if we get a flash crash before it's signed. That they pumped it up just to take it all back. That would be interesting, and that would be so like them. I could see that. That would be so like. That's the link to CH Morgan Stanley video. Yeah, I'm not seeing you guys as links for some reason. that incident with the piano man and Zebec, if they went to that much length to stop the hype around that song with Zebec, Zebec must be something big. I can walk 500 miles and I can walk 500 more. Oh, shout out to you, Pizarro. Great, good enough, much appreciated. Indeed. Yeah, and again, no disrespect to Crypto Hog, but yeah, he's on it. Zebec is, for payroll, they can do remittance payments too, but I don't know that they're necessarily taking on that part. But again, if we think they are part of the interledger protocol, it could be that some fees are getting paid for with Zebec and what they're doing there. It could be. That could be. Could be. Could be possible, right? But I think it would be more accurate to say zero hash instead of Zebec when it comes to that, which we saw from Coin Bureau there, right? I second a notion that they'll plan a flash clash. Hey, I could see it. I could see it. Could you do a list of everything Zebec does? And I kind of did that. I did that in one show where it was like the 5 reasons I think Zebec will win. And we can kind of do it now. I can kind of see if I can remember. So there's payroll, there's remittance payments, and remittance payments you can kind of say are instant payments also. So remittance, instant payments, payroll, remittance payments, lending, because they do the payroll lending, right? That's 1, or that's 3 now. Micro payments, that's another thing there. Agentic AI, maybe a facilitator or something close to that, right? If they're like the interledger and they're taking fees, that could be a possibility. Of course, they have the spending card, so they are the endpoint as far as the spending card goes. So the spending, that's a point there. Investing, because they get to do the investing on the super app, they will have tokenized stocks there, so they do that part. Lending, spending, investing, payroll, remittance, instant payments, treasury. Treasury is another big one. Once they tap into what they're doing with Ripple, I think they're going to tap into doing the treasury portion, right? So those are the big ones right there. And just to kind of double check, I'm going to bring out their tokenomics because they mentioned this in the tokenomics. We'll bring out that. Yep, so payroll, treasury, and card. But we also have lending and remittance payments. So that's like a good 5, 6, or 7, right? Can you do a show on how to strategically, offload large amounts of crypto profits? I shudder to do a show like that. That would probably be something that would best be done in the Patreon. Of course, not financial advice type of deal too, because I don't want to suggest, not make any suggestions to people on how to unload their crypto funds, because, you definitely got to deal with taxes there, or you may not have to deal with taxes there, depending on who you talk to about that. And, I don't want to make any recommendations there, but maybe that's something we could talk about in the Patreon, or maybe I can do something hypothetically, maybe, but I would tend to want to do that in the Patreon because it gets sticky to try to say that on the public airways here. But I'm not like a tax professional. Gets a little sticky. But one thing I can say for me personally, I want to do passive gains. For me, I want to put things in passive gains. That's the way to go. So let's see here. Did we cover everything? Let me go check out. Let's go check out the recent Zebec news here. Yes, the Circle Alliance program, okay, where they're showing that they have enterprise grade payroll. Definitely watched the show that we were doing yesterday, where we were talking about how enterprise is kind of the next big thing in crypto. So they're showing that here too. Like, I think as much as Simon advertised the or gave us the hype leading up into the Ripple announcement, and we got the Ripple announcement, I don't think people are truly grasping the depth of being able to now market to enterprise and how big that's going to be for Zebec, right? And of course, we had Ghost say, shout out to Ghost, that Société Générale, or SG, the French bank, might be their first enterprise customer. They can do enterprises now because of Ripple. That's so huge. So now you got a bank, right? Is going to be your first enterprise, our first enterprise customer here, right, for Zebec. And Simon also said possibly even something in the, I think he said service area. Could it be a company like ServiceNow, who's already said that they work with NVIDIA and they already work with the Overledger, right? ServiceNow right here. You can't see it, sorry. Overledger, and we got ServiceNow right here. Well, if they announce somebody like ServiceNow, right, that they're doing payroll for ServiceNow, oh my goodness, right? Or somebody like Wipro. I wonder if Wipro is on this list too, that they work with the Overledger. Let me see. Wipro, who is on the Hedera board. Wipro would seem like they would be in here. If I know how to spell them right. Okay, doesn't look like they're in here. Or if they are, I might have passed it or not be spelling it right. But yeah, I think people are really missing, really not under, like really kind of glazing over the point of being able to work with enterprises now. So it's not some just like rinky dink, like one place. It's like they're working with a bank, an entire bank, and all the different banks that Société Générale could have are going to do payroll with Zebec now. That's crazy. Possibly. How do you feel about Uphold offering 3.75 on USD? I think that is definitely a way, one of the ways to definitely get some passive income, right? And especially if you want to keep some over in stable coins so you can be light on your feet when it comes to trading things. Because even in a bear market, you can catch a certain little wind, right? You can catch a certain little bit of hype. And just trade right back into it, right? Or trade right back into stablecoin, right? Like, what was it? We've seen so many projects right now just do the quick move type of thing, right? Like if we go over here and look at what was it called? Rave DAO. How Rave DAO just went from 0 to hero in like a month. Like the stuff that we've seen as far as those things are concerned is like bull market type of stuff. Like, are they gonna show it? Yeah. This is literally bull market type of stuff where something goes like from cents to like $20 in a month. That's literal bull market type of ish right there, right? And I would, just for me personally, I would even when I start offloading, I would keep some in a stable coin, just earning interest, so I could expediently get into plays like this, right? Just me personally. My brother, what up, though? What up, though, Chase? Share 2.0. We're chilling in here, having a good time, doing it live. So let's see here. Let's go back to that Zebec news. Okay, they did the Las Vegas recap. And they showed the Paul Barron interview, which we've already covered. Okay. So really cool here. So again, we got news of upcoming enterprise partnership. We got the news from the Paul Barron interview that they have an enterprise card coming where enterprises can use a card, right? Possibly more news from Ondo coming, right? Possibly more news from some other spots coming too, right? Definitely check out the interview we did in the Patreon. Less than a cup of coffee for open mic night every week, and also Symbolism Sundays, as well as private chats. And let's see here. Let's also cover, before we go, some recent ICP news. I just gave us an overview of ICP, but let's look at their recent news. This happened last time I was trying to cover them. I had to go to CoinMarketCap to find their Twitter page. So there's so many things that are ICP. Okay, Definity is their page. Okay. Okay, that's 19 minutes. I thought that would be short. We could play that. Says here, dear ICP community, Internet Computer has been running strong for 5 years. It's a celebratory preview of ICP Cloud Engines, the sovereign frontier cloud technology the network shall soon provide from opencloud.org. Main points: cloud engines enable anyone to spin up their own sovereign frontier cloud. The technology involves an extraordinary inventive step in which cloud is created from a mathematically secure network of nodes. The nodes run as a part of the internet computer, but are selected and configured by the cloud engine's owner. Frontier cloud provided by the engines is strongly focused on enabling AI agents to build and update online applications and services for us. The world is changing fast, and nearly all new online apps and services are already being built with the help of AI, and thus cloud engines target the future of cloud. Huh. Okay. So they're trying to have an agentic AI spin here. So let's see what do they say any more about that. This might be another one that we can look into as far as agentic AI goes. Oh, cool. ICP skills launch, 17 plus agent readable skills are now live at skills@internetcomputer.org. Skills that make agents actually good at the internet computer. Okay, so specific skills for this with the canisters and whatnot. Okay. Yeah, coding agents can now follow best practices for building on ICP, reducing hallucinations, enforcing patterns, and getting to working code faster. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so they got stuff going on with AI agents on their platform as well. We'll have to dive more deep into that. And see exactly how they deploy it. Okay, it looks like they do have it doing payments too. Payment layer for agentic commerce. Watch an AI agent earn its first paycheck. IC Pay. Stripe for AI agents, they call it. Interesting. We'll dig into that as well. Okay, we'll just put that there. Okay. All righty. Interesting. Okay, so we'll have to do some more follow-up on that one there. Is H-Bar Zebec possible partnership a rumor? It is a rumor. That's a rumor. I know Rob did something on that today. I wasn't able to watch that show, but I think that's definitely a rumor. Could it be possible? Does Hedera do things with AI agents and Dovu, right, and things like that? Yes. Could that be possible to do something like, for payroll for companies that work with Hedera and energy? Quite possible, right? But that is a rumor. That is a rumor. I think Rob was going off of something that someone said. I think it might have been ZBCN man or either Ghost, one of the two of them. Somebody was kind of hinting and thinking about that. Let me see here. Let me see if we can find it. I think it was ZBCN man. Let me see if we can check his page and see what he may have said in reference to that. And we enjoy ZBCN man's content, so we have no problem going over there and showing brother stuff. I can't wait to see this one here with James Rule. Big XRP guy. I can't wait to see that. So shout out to them. I can't wait to see this episode. I swear I saved this and shared it, but let's share it again here. You know what? I remember now. I shared it from ZBCN Samurai's page. Let's see if we can find it here. You know what I'll do? I'll just come up here and say Hedera because I thought it was something that was recent. All right, I guess I can't find it, huh? What if I put in H bar? That's it. There we go. We did it. H bar and Zebec network, the partnership that could reshape global payroll. What if it plays out? It could reshape how. Okay, this is speculation. It's infrastructure alignment at the center of it. Okay, let's look at this and break this diagram down a little bit if we can. Okay, for sure, Hedera has some of the biggest organizations on it. Google, IBM, Boeing, FedEx, T-Mobile or Deutsche Telekom, Standard Bank. They have some of the biggest organizations in the world there, right? So it would be nice there. Like these are big institutions, and Zebec just added Ripple, right? So they could do enterprise payroll. So they could do enterprise payroll for any one of these institutions, right? So very big there, right? And of course, ZBCN man could be, maybe he knows something. Who knows? Maybe he knows something, right? I'm not saying that he does, or I know that he knows something about them in Hedera, but it could be that he could know something, right? Let's see here. Yeah, both are ISO 20022. So they are speaking the same financial language. Through ISO 20022, they can both connect as far as that's concerned. There are some Ripple connections to Hedera. I think there are some Canton connections to Hedera as well. So there are connecting pieces for a partnership if one needed to happen, right? And as far as energy goes, Hedera is really big on energy, right? I could see something where they could say, they're using Zebec payroll and it's lowering your carbon footprint, right? I could totally see that, right? And they would say, okay, well, this company is going to use Zebec for payroll. Not only is it going to be cheaper and faster for our employees, and our employees are going to get paid immediately, it's also going to lower our carbon footprint because it takes less energy to do it the Zebec way than the normal way. I could see them kind of flipping, not even flipping it, but emphasizing that angle because it's definitely an angle that can be emphasized. Yeah, this is something that would be very, very interesting for both companies too. And I think at this point too, I almost want to say that the Zebec army is stronger than Hedera Nation or Hedera H-Barians, right? I kind of feel like that. Of course, I'm biased. I'm a biased person in this little bit. I'm trying to remember if Simon mentioned H-Bar on Zach Rector or Paul Barron interview. I'm going to rewatch it. Yep. I don't know if he did or not, but definitely should rewatch just in case, because and you always find extra nuggets. Like I find extra nuggets just watching the one that he did with me as well. So traded ICP for Quant. That's definitely not a bad idea at all there. Mia is. What's up, Mia? I hope I butchered your name last time. I think it's Mia is. Let me know if I said that right. Let's see here. So yeah, potential partnership with Hedera would be amazing if that could happen. You know, I think Zebec has a lot of going right now for itself for sure. But with Hedera, you got a whole carbon angle, you got a whole save the energy type of angle. You got some of the biggest, oldest enterprise organizations, right? You definitely would want to do payroll for these organizations. Like, oh my goodness, if you could do payroll for some of these organizations, these old school energy organizations, oh man. Oh man, like shut the door. So yeah, let me bring it up here and we can see exactly some of the guys in their ecosystem. Okay, council members. So any one of these council members would be amazing. Aberdeen, Accenture, Arrow, Australian Payments Plus, Kafra, Dell, Denton's, T-Mobile, Chainlink, BitGo, Hitachi, IBM, FedEx. Oh, if you got FedEx on payroll, oh my gosh, man, just completely shut the door, bro. Completely shut the door. Like that would be crazy. Or Google, right? ServiceNow, which we were just talking about ServiceNow, they just happen to also be on the Hedera Council, and they also connect into the Overledger. Funny how that works, right? Funny how that works right there, right? Or yes, indeed. Funny how that works. Nomura, Repsol, Swirls, which is HBar's building organization that builds or HBar Swirls. Standard Bank, Shinhan Bank. We already got possibly Societe Generale. Societe Generale. All right. So to add another bank, either one of these banks, Standard Bank or Shinhan Bank, would be amazing. Okay. Ubisoft, Wipro. I was trying to find Wipro, couldn't find them on the Overledger Pipe Dream thing. Zane. Yeah, any one of these organizations would be amazing to do payroll for. Tons of liquidity there. Gotta think it would be tons of liquidity. Okay, thank you, Mia. As I said it right. Let's see here. So HBAR, I think they just recently they were at Consensus or the HBAR Con. Did the HBAR Con happen yet? It may have happened. Or it's happening this week. One of the two. So it'd be crazy if they came out and just said, "Oh, Zebec is partnered with us at the HederaCon." Okay, HederaCon is going on right now. And I think it's right. Okay, at least they have something from the HederaCon here. Let's listen to it.
The reason I'm really focused on the US is because I think if we don't figure out what the traditional financial institutions, the world's largest payment service providers, the Fortune 500s and the corporates that are starting to look at Web3 infrastructure, we're just going to rebuild the system that we have today. And that's going to be miserable for anybody that cares about the digital space and anybody cares about the blockchain. The reason we got into this was not to build a more expensive, programmable, block by block database. That's not why any of us got into this. We didn't get into this to build more infrastructure layers and more settlement platforms, right? We got into this to figure out how to actually provide some efficiency to the traditional financial system and to unlock capital on a global scale. The reason I'm really...
So he did say the traditional financial system, but he also did say payroll, didn't he, or payment?
Focused on the US.
Let's listen again.
If we don't figure out what the traditional financial institutions, the world's largest payment service providers.
The world's largest payment service providers. Okay, Colin Cunningham. All right, interesting. From Chainlink Labs. That's interesting. That's interesting. The Chainlink would bring that up. That's real interesting. Well, let's go ahead and retweet that. Why don't we? Payment service providers. Whoops, I got my phone close to the mic there. You might have heard some thing there. How about payroll? All right. So interesting. We got that in there. Okay, and they pinned one of the morning sessions. Fireblocks guy. Let's listen to this one too. Might as well.
The question is, how do you essentially insert current market structure or blockchain into current market structure? And then you have folks like Ondo and Kraken and others that are trying to bypass existing market structure or do it in a different way that's still regulatory compliant, whether that's going offshore or otherwise. And so I think that there's going to be this interesting like convergence layer that comes into play where it's not going to be existing market structure lifted and shifted. It's going to be some combination of how crypto operates today and how traditional markets operate as well. The question is...
Okay, interesting there. Interesting what he said. All right. So definitely some things to break down there from HederaCon. Interesting stuff there. But yeah. Nice hour and 39-minute show here, guys. If you made it to the end, put ICP in the chat, not the chat while the live is going, but once in the description right after we're done here. It'll help spread the video around. Thank you guys so much for coming through, and we're out. Peace.